They weren't your typical cult. They didn't live in shacks or wear rags. They were doctors, lawyers, wealthy elites. But in the mid-1990s, the world watched in horror as their luxury chalets in Quebec and Switzerland became funeral pyres. Follow Obscura Noir and step deeper into the shadows with me. Tonight, we look at the Order of the Solar Temple, a secret society that believed death wasn't an end, it was a departure. And they were willing to kill anyone, even an infant, to reach the stars. It began with two men, Luc Jouret, a charismatic Belgian doctor, and Joseph de Mambro, a con artist with a taste for the occult. Together, they resurrected the myth of the Knights Templar for the modern age. They promised their followers a path to enlightenment. They held elaborate rituals in darkened basements, using holograms and special effects to convince members they were witnessing divine spirits. To the wealthy and the bored, it felt like a higher calling. But beneath the velvet robes and golden candles, a paranoid nightmare was festering. By 1994, the leaders believed the end was near. They spoke of a transit, a ritualistic exit from this world to the star, Sirius. But before they could leave, they had to purify the group. In Morin-Heights, Quebec, the horror began. De Mambro became convinced that a 3-month-old baby, Emmanuel Dutoit, was the Antichrist. On de Mambro's orders, the infant was taken to a basement and stabbed to death with a wooden stake. His parents were murdered shortly after. This wasn't just a cult. It was an execution squad. Days later, the transit went global. In the quiet villages of Switzerland and the forests of Quebec, the temple's chalets were rigged with sophisticated incendiary devices. When the smoke cleared, investigators found the bodies. They were arranged in circles, feet pointing inward. Some were shot in the head. Others were drugged. Most were dressed in their ceremonial robes. In total, 53 people died in that first wave. They didn't just commit suicide. Many were murdered to help them make the journey. The fires were designed to erase the evidence of their pain. The Solar Temple didn't stop there. More transits followed in 1995 and 97, bringing the death toll to 74. The Solar Temple reminds us that the most dangerous darkness doesn't always hide in the woods. Sometimes it sits in the seat of power, dressed in a suit, waiting for the right moment to strike a match. If this descent into the occult unsettled you, you're in the right place. For more journeys into the disturbing, the forgotten, and the grotesque, follow Obscura Noir, subscribe, and return to the shadows when you're ready. Sleep carefully.